Muay Thai, sometimes referred to as Thai boxing. But unlike traditional boxing, this is a whole other level of brutal. This is me, a guy who's an average gym goer, a Forex trader, and has never trained Muay Thai, boxing, or any sort of fighting sport before. So considering my extreme lack of fighting knowledge and experience, it made me question, what would it be like for a guy like me to train Muay Thai? So today I decided to train at the very famous Punch It gym in Thailand, Koh Samui, and I'm going to let you know exactly how it went. The session started off with a very light warm-up of doing a couple laps of the gym, a bit of skipping for about 5 minutes, which as you can see I am not very good at, and it was quite embarrassing to skip in this gym because everybody can actually skip other than me. Then we did a bit of stretching, very light stretching, literally just warming up our groin area, because as you know, with Thai boxing you are doing a lot of kicking, and for someone like me who is very unflexible, I had to make sure that I stretched. And before the Muay Thai session had even begun, I was already sweating buckets because of how hot it is in Thailand. I think it was 35 degrees today, which is absolutely boiling compared to the UK. So the difference is crazy, and training Muay Thai somewhere this hot is very, very hard. We then did a bit more stretching, but after that we got straight into the Muay Thai session. And the first thing that I did today was ask for very specific help on technique, because technique is something I want to make sure is perfect. So I spent about 10 minutes at the start of the workout perfecting my technique and making sure that my kicks, my jabs, my crosses, my elbows, my knees, all of that was as good as it possibly can be for a beginner. However, it became apparent very quickly that my technique was not the best. For example, when doing a side kick, I would always flare out my knee, and that is not what you want to do. You want to have straight legs when you're doing a kick. So it took me a while to get used to that, but that's the purpose of this one-to-one training. And the next steps after perfecting my form for the kicking, for the kneeing, for the jabs, the cross, elbows, everything, was to start to put together some combos. But it was very clear that throughout the entire time there was a lot of things I had to keep working on. My kicks were always wrong, I was always off balance, so many things which I need to work on, but I know I'll get there someday. I must say that the great thing about these coaches is that they literally force you to repeat the movement over and over and over again until you master it. And that is something that I really like about this Muay Thai gym. And after learning the basics, it was time for me to put on the gloves. And I realized at this point that we had literally only just started. It was going to get way worse from here. And on the pads, this is when we really started to put together everything that I'd learned so far. So we were doing punching and kicking all at the same time, and using all of the combos as well that he taught me before.
Boys, he says I'm doing well, which is good. It's tiring though, tiring.
I lost count of how many times I was desperate for water, but of the nature of the sport, they did the best they could to condition me to keep going without water break. We spent a bit more time on the pads, just perfecting everything, making sure that the form and the power was as good as it can be. And then after that, we moved on to some very, very special moves. And yes guys, as you can see, my form is terrible. I'm nowhere near perfect and I have so much to learn, but I feel like being in Thailand, having access to amazing Muay Thai gyms is going to make me an amazing fighter if I keep on being consistent. So if you can't already tell, Muay Thai is extremely difficult, and I keep on making the same mistakes over and over again. I keep leaning back when I'm kicking. I keep doing all of these things, but that is because Muay Thai is very difficult. You're not just punching, you're not just kicking, but you're doing both of them at the same time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 kick out.
Tired, boys.
Welcome. Yes, welcome.
Now this is when I started to learn how to block kicks, jabs, punches, elbows. I learned how to block basically everything, and we started off with kicks. And blocking is something that I specifically asked for help with, because in boxing and in Muay Thai, there's no point just knowing how to punch and kick. You have to know how to block, or else you are going to get beat up. Now the first thing that I learned to block is kicks, and to block a kick is very simple. Literally just lift up your knee and lift down your elbow at the same time, and that is how you block a kick. And as you can see, I was somewhat getting the hang of it. I was learning how to block kicks. Now it was time to learn how to block punches. And you guys know the drill now. As soon as we learned the technique of how to block and how to parry, then we went back onto the pads and we started to practice and actually see if I can do it in real life. And it was at this point that I realised how difficult Muay Thai is, because you're literally doing the blocking, the punching, the kicking, everything together. And it's very, very difficult, especially as a beginner, especially as somebody who has literally no fighting experience. I've been in about 2 fights in my whole life. So no fighting experience, going into Muay Thai for the first time. There's obviously a lot to work on, but I'm very happy that I did this one-to-one session, and I will definitely be coming back for more. So as you can see, I was very, very tired in the heat, and working this hard is so difficult, and you guys don't really know how hard it is until you go to Thailand and try it for yourself. Then we finished off the session with a bit of abs, and as you can see right here, this guy is smacking the absolute shit out of me. Then of course we had to end the one-to-one session with a bit of stretching, and yeah, really fun, really enjoyed this. And for anyone wanting to do Muay Thai or move to Thailand and start Muay Thai, I 100% recommend it. It really is so good. I'm going to try and go twice a week to Muay Thai sessions. Thanks for watching, boys. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. Kwacha!